This will be episode 20 of my journey to profitability. So I didn't take any trades today. It's Friday, by the way. But yesterday we had an interesting day, to say the least. So let me just explain what's going on here. So basically today we were getting rebuild for the evaluation that we're working on right now. So yeah, yesterday after the first trade, we were $900 away from passing the evaluation. So the decision I had to make was I was either going to pass it today, which this is yesterday I'm talking about. I was either going to have to pass it today, or I was going to have to be close to passing it and then pay a rebill and then basically pay for a whole month only to be $900 away. Now, that's not entirely the worst decision to make, but I was in the mindset that I was going to try to pass this evaluation yesterday. So I'm going to explain to you guys how that played out for us, because obviously you saw the P&L for the day and it was not good at all. So this is what our situation was. We wanted to see if price broke below 450 but not below 5430 to play long. And then we also wanted to see, to get short, we wanted to see price stay below 480. And if it did make it above 480, we wanted to see basically sweep 5502 and then sell off from there. So let me take you guys to the session. All right, so this is the 1 minute. So as you can see, we open up, and let me show you. My first entry was actually, I was waiting patiently for my levels to play. Yeah, first entry was not until 9:15. We took a long at 5441.25. So yes, price sells off, breaks below 450 but not below 5430. And then I noticed some buying come in on Bookmap, so I tried it long and I got in at 441.25. So I'm in here. I'm gonna just put this here. And my stop loss is always 4 points, so that would have been 725. Boom. So this is my entry point, and I was targeting, let me switch it to a 5 minute because that's what I was really looking at. So look, this is how I fucked up off the rip. My first target was this. I looked at this as a fair value gap. Don't ask me why, because I never target or make trades off fair value gaps. But I was just, I think I was a little anxious with my account balance and then being close to trading. I just didn't want to leave anything on the table. So anyway, I targeted this first little fair value gap on the 5 minute. And I took 2 contracts off. I actually got a little bit less than that. I think I took it off. Let me just pull up my actual. I took the first 2 off at 4975, so I got around 8.5 points on my first 2 contracts. And then my last one I was targeting for VWAP, but I wasn't patient enough and I just took it off at the same price. So on that trade, I made $1,600, which is below my average winner for a 3 contract trade. So we're out of this trade right here, basically. And you can see how much we missed out on. But so yeah, that's what happened. And then, so now I'm $900 away from passing this evaluation that I get rebuild for tomorrow. So I'm out of that trade at 924 and I'm thinking, oh, I only need $900. That's, with 2 contracts, that's like a 10-point move. We were up like 20 some points from where we reversed that. So I'm thinking, oh, like I could definitely get a quick $900 pullback if that happens. So yeah, let's just start with my first entry. These all kind of happened quickly, but let's just see what the first one was. So the first one was at 6125, which I believe should be in this area. So yeah, I thought I was seeing us kind of get a rejection at VWAP, and well, I didn't really think that. I was actually basically betting on, I was fully gambling on a little pullback from VWAP. So bad habits initiated. So bam, I'll just keep this explanation quick because there's really nothing too much to explain about it. I literally took the same trade 6 fucking times in a row, hoping to get a quick 900. And as you can see, I stop out. Let me just see what I stop out at 31, re-enter less than a minute. Stop out at 36, re-enter in 2 minutes. Stop out at 38, re-enter in 2 minutes. Stop out at 41, re-enter in 40 seconds. This one I waited a couple seconds or a couple minutes, but it's all the same shit. This is where I made the video yesterday about getting attached to your account balance. And as you guys, if anyone's been following me watching this video, you know that I haven't had a red day in a month until this week. So check it out. Check out my P&L for this evaluation. So good end of June, and then I was very selective with my trading, not taking anything that wasn't in my plan, literally. And that's why we didn't lose any trades. And then this day comes and I am one trade away from passing my evaluation. And look at this, I take 3 trades out of my plan, stop out on all of them. These last 2 trades were actually valid with Confluence, so I'm not too mad about them, but stopped out on one of them. And then this one, I moved my stop loss to break even when I was up like 7 points. And then you can see I entered at what, 8-1. So here where my cursor's at, I entered here, and then I had my stop after we went up like 7-8 points. I put my stop to break even, which was at 8.62, 8.2 I mean. And we stopped me out, literally just grabbed me, probably, no, I'm kidding, get stopped out, and then it runs for a nice profit. And then, so yeah, basically the moral of the story here is I haven't lost any trades until I get attached to an outcome. In this example, it's passing my evaluation. And whenever that happens, it's like, it basically just inhibits all the bad habits too. You don't even really think about it in the moment. You're just like, oh, I only need, on Monday it was $1,300. So on Monday it was like, oh, I only need half of a win to pass. Let me just take something real quick. I'll pass real quick. And then you end up digging yourself in a hole. And then I was pretty disciplined. I was very disciplined the 23rd, the 24th, break even Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I believe I lost 2 and won 1. And then this was my last day before rebuild. So I won the first trade, and this is what sucks. So in hindsight, what I should have done is I should have said, all right, I believe my balance was 165, 500. My mindset would have been a lot smarter if I was like, all right, I'm already in a really good place for my next rebuild. How about I just let my winning trades run longer than I usually would? That would have been smarter. And if I did that, I probably would have had my first target, because if you look at the 15-minute, the first internal liquidity point, if I can even, what's going on here? Wow, that's just so painful to look at. But yeah, so this is the 15-minute. If I would have clicked on the 15-minute, I would have seen that there was not a valid fair value gap here. And I probably would have just, not probably, like, basically what I'm saying is, in this long that I was in, VWAP is actually kind of a smart, or like, it's a valid target. If I would have just took 2 off right here, I would have passed my evaluation. And then I should have basically took 2 off at VWAP and then let the last one go for high a day. That would have passed me my evaluation. That would have been a much smarter approach to having the mindset of, because I was willing to accept more risk because I was going to have to pay for a full month. So that would have been the better way to go about it. But I wasn't thinking like that in the moment, obviously. But yeah, so it would have been much smarter if I could have just 2 off a VWAP and then 1 off a high day. And then if I stop out, then I stop out and I start the next month with 156,000 instead of 150 or 155. So yeah, that would have been the better way to do it. But basically, I'm hoping that this week overall for you guys can just be an example of why you should never attach your mindset to an outcome. It's going to happen unwillingly, but you have to be able to recognize that it's happening. And I think that's a huge problem with traders because, as you can see, I've demonstrated what proper trading execution looks like for you guys this month up until this week. And why did I all of a sudden stop demonstrating good habits and following my process? It's because I was too focused on hitting that $159,000 mark, and it fully influenced my decision making for the worse, as you can clearly see by the weekly P&L right here. So I hope you guys take that away from me this week and this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.